Welcome to the Harvard Law School Safety and Security Overview presentation. Safety and security are top priorities at Harvard Law School. We are committed to providing the community with an environment that seeks an appropriate balance between openness and security. The information provided is intended to help the community work together to ensure the safety and security of all faculty, staff, students, participants, and guests of our campus. Safeguarding our campus is the shared responsibility of the entire community. This flyer provides helpful information about whom to call, emergency communications, and additional resources that are available to you. If you see something, say something. Harvard Law School reminds everyone to report suspicious activity. Dial 51212 from any campus phone for urgent police assistance. Program the number 617-495-1212 into your cell phone for quick access. HLS utilizes a rapid notification tool called MessageMe to inform the community about a significant emergency or crisis. Remember to keep your contact information up to date so that we can send important emergency information to your mobile device. Please refer to the flyer's checklist to find out where you can update your contact information, as well as review other safety communication tools and suggestions for staying informed and prepared while on campus. Check out the More Resources section to find links to additional services offered by the Harvard University Police Department, along with a link to the Harvard Travel Registry to be used anytime you may be traveling while at HLS. The Harvard University Police Department has developed safety guidelines if you ever find yourself involved in an active shooter situation. HUPD would like to remind you that active shooter incidents are rare, but obviously very serious situations. University campuses are generally very safe places, and although an active shooter incident is hard to predict, some common sense precautions may help in keeping you safe. HLS and the Harvard University Police Department have taken many steps in an effort to prevent or reduce the harm caused by an active shooter incident. Some of these steps include a text-based emergency messaging system, officer training and realistic active shooter scenarios, joint active shooter training with other local police departments, threat assessment management, and an uncompromising approach to dealing with domestic violence and stalking cases. Knowing how to respond to an active shooter incident is important because most incidents are over within minutes, and you must be prepared to stay safe and deal with the situation on your own until first responders arrive. Active shooter situations evolve quickly, and swift decisions could mean the difference between life and death. If you are in harm's way, you will need to decide rapidly on the safest course of action based on the scenario that is unfolding before you. In an active shooter situation, you should quickly determine the most reasonable way to protect your own life. There are 3 emergency actions to consider: run, hide, fight. Run. If there is an accessible escape path, attempt to evacuate the premises. Hide. If evacuation is not possible, find a place to hide where the active shooter is less likely to find you. Fight. As a last resort, and only when your life is in imminent danger, attempt to disrupt or incapacitate the active shooter. If there is an accessible escape path, attempt to evacuate the premises. Always have an escape route and plan in mind, and always leave your belongings behind. If possible, try to help others escape, but do not attempt to move any of the wounded. You must evacuate regardless of whether others agree to follow. Warn individuals not to enter any area where the active shooter may be. Be sure to keep your hands visible and follow the instructions of any police officers. Only call 911 and HUPD at 617-495-1212 when it is safe to do so. When it is safe to do so, please call 911 and HUPD at 617-495-1212. Be prepared to provide as much information as possible, including the location of the active shooter, the number of shooters, a physical description of shooters, the number and type of weapons held by shooters, and the number of potential victims at the location. If safe evacuation is not possible, Find a place to hide where the active shooter is less likely to find you. Your hiding place should be out of the active shooter's view. Provide protection if shots are fired in your direction, and not trap you or restrict your options for movement. To prevent an active shooter from entering your hiding place, if possible, lock or secure the door, then barricade the door with heavy furniture if possible. Close the blinds and move away from the windows. If the active shooter is nearby, try to lock or secure the door and silence your cell phone and/or pager. Even the vibration setting can give away a hiding position. Hide behind large items like cabinets and desks and remain quiet. Consider the difference between cover and concealment. Cover will protect you from gunfire, while concealment will merely hide you from the view of the shooter. Choose the best space that is quickly available to you. Active resistance is a last resort and should only be used if all three of these conditions are met. There are already victims. Other potential victims are trapped in a room with an active shooter. And all other personal survival recommendations are no longer an option. You should act as aggressively as possible against the assailant, throw items, and use improvised weapons if they are available to you. Yell and shout and commit fully to your actions. When law enforcement arrives, their objective is to eliminate the threat as soon as possible. They will first make the environment safe, then help the injured. Expect to see different uniforms or plainclothes officers as units might be deployed from different departments. Some officers may be wearing and using tactical equipment like vests, rifles, and helmets. Officers will take command of the situation by shouting orders or physically directing individuals to a safe place or to the ground. When law enforcement officials arrive, it is important that you remain calm and follow instructions. Put down any items and immediately raise your hands. Avoid making any sudden movements and keep your hands visible at all times with your fingers spread wide. Avoid pointing, screaming, or yelling. Do not ask officers for help while you are being evacuated from the scene. Rescue personnel will be in a safe area to provide assistance. In summary, if you see something, say something. Trust your instincts, be aware of your surroundings and any potential dangers, and always take note of the 2 nearest exits. In an active shooter situation, run, hide, fight, and call 911 and HUPD at 617-495-1212 only when it is safe to do so. After viewing this video, we advise that you take a few minutes and review additional resources. HUPD and HLS have developed these resources to help you become empowered and to help keep you safe. For more information and resources, please visit emergency.law.harvard.edu.